Hi, David Joseph Martinez again. And you just heard Nate Levine give the first attempt of his contrasting monologues. And as you saw, we discussed it. It's very, very important that you look at every aspect and answer every question. It's almost like putting out the fire, putting out flames, problem solving, answering as a creative artist. You're answering everything about who your character is, whether it's on the script or not, or the sides, or the play. But you are the creative artist. You fill in the blanks. You are the creator of your world and the character that is you. And all you need to do by filling up all that information, having an amazing, very deep, very rich backstory, you're allowed to be, and just allow yourself relaxing to just being you within the character that you've created. And all you have to do is be that character, just be. And tell your story. Tell your story. From beginning to the middle to the end. And just tell your story. No more, no less. Bring in our next person. And this is Nick Benetatos. This way. All right, go ahead and stand with Mark.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Benetatos. I am 6'2", and I am 220 pounds. I am not currently represented at this time. I will be performing two contrasting monologues from the movie The Glorious Bastards and The Great Dictator. Now, I don't know about y'all, but I sure as hell didn't come down from the goddamn Smoky Mountains, cross 5,000 miles of water, fight my way through half Sicily, and jump out of a fucking aeroplane to teach Nazis lessons in humanity. Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating mass murdering maniac. They need to be destroyed. That's why I need every son of a bitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform. They're gonna die. Now, I'm the direct descendant of mountain man Jim Bridger. Means I got a little engine in me. And our battle plan will be that of an Apache resistance. We will be cruel to the Germans. And through our cruelty, they will know who we are. And they will find the evidence of our cruelty in the disemboweled, dismembered, and disfigured bodies of their brothers we leave behind us. And the German won't be able to help themselves but to imagine the cruelty their brothers endured at our hands, and our boot heels, and the edge of our knives. And the German will be sickened by us. And the German will talk about us. And the German will fear us. And when the German closes their eyes at night, they're tortured by their subconscious for the evils they have done. It will be with thoughts of us they're tortured with. Sound good? That's what I like to hear. I got a word of warning for you would-be warriors. When you join my command, you take on Debbie. Debbie, you owe me, personally. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps. And all y'all will give me 100 Nazi scalps taken from the heads of 100 dead Nazis. You will die trying. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress, the authoritative men will pass and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes. Men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, who tell you what to do or what to think or what to feel, who drill you, diet you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men, with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate, the unloved and the unnatural. Soldiers, don't fight for slavery. Fight for liberty. In the 17th chapter of St. Luke, it is written, the kingdom of God is within man. Not one man, nor a group of men, but in all men, in you. You, the people, have the power. The power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure. Then in the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world, a decent world that will give men a chance to work, that will give youth a future and old age security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. Thank you.
Okay, we've worked with each other before, right, Nick?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, a couple of things. Where's the mark? Okay, yeah. And what were the instructions that was given by the casting director on the slate? How did they want you to slate?
Give your name, height, weight, so that you're not represented.
And then what else?
Say what monologues you're going to.
No, that's not what the slate was. What was the slate name?
I had the same order, yeah. That's
Did-
what I
did-
thought.
And did you say, yeah, that's fine. Did you say what the pieces were?
Yes,
You did?
yes.
Okay. In any kind of slate, if you're auditioning for school, for IRTA, for anything having to do educational-wise, or for theater, it's okay to say this piece. Actually, usually it's on the table with your application that you filled out. Usually you give the two contrasting monologues, so you do not have to say, I'm doing this piece, that plays playing this character. And absolutely not, ever, do you slate to a camera what pieces you're doing and what character. You just don't do that. You do it when you label the video, and you do it when you slate at the end. But only a slate is basically, if I step in for a moment, what is the name of the first character that you're playing?
Lieutenant Aldo Rain.
Okay. Make sure you don't have anything in your mouth. Hi, I'm David Joseph Martinez as Lieutenant Aldo Rain. I'm 5'8", 165 pounds, and I'm with several agents in Atlanta, Miami, Louisiana, New York, Orlando, and Texas. Thank you. And then you go into your monologue. Okay, you go directly into, you take a moment, you pause, and you say your monologue. And you perform your monologue. And I'm going to have you do it again. And your world is infinity in all, like a gyroscope. You know how it goes every which way? That's exactly your world. When you are here at your mark, your infinity is infinity below you, to the sides of you, in front of you, each corner, this, here, and infinity above. So in social terms, it's called your milieu, your world that you've created. And the camera is just like a fly on the wall. It just happens to catch that slice of life. And so when you're in front of that camera, it's just capturing a slice of life. And so if you could do this slate again, what your, it's kind of hard to say the two different characters, but just choose one of the characters. Usually when you do an audition, you just do one monologue, but I'll have you do the two monologues since contrasting, since I asked you that as a prerequisite for this workshop. And just pick one of them that you feel the most comfortable with and say it. So basically, again, it's saying your name as the character, how tall you are, your weight, and whether you have an agent or not. Usually, if you do not have an agent, it's like, hi, I'm David Joseph Martinez, I'm 5'8", 160, I'm David Joseph Martinez as Lieutenant Aldo Rain. I'm 5'8", 175 pounds, and I am not with an agency at this time. And leaving it open as an open thing, I'm not with an agency or I'm not under representation at this time, to leave it open so that people can think, oh, he's open, he's available. We can definitely sign him up. Whoever's seeing you behind the camera. And yeah, so I don't have an agency at this time, but I'm willing to take one. You get it? It's just leaving it open and leaving it positive and leaving it inviting. It's okay to smile and it's okay to be yourself. The slate is an opportunity for you guys to be you. Nate Levine, Nick Benetatos. It's who you are, because they want to be able to say, hey, I want to work with that guy. You know, he can play this character, this Dumb and Dumber character for Nate, but he's a regular guy, you know, because he says, hey, you know, you're this person, that person, and it's not a lot of movement. It's just, you know, I'm David Joseph Martinez as Lieutenant Aldo Rain. I'm 5'11" and 165 pounds, and I'm not with an agency at this period of time. Thank you. Okay? And basically just bring yourself into it. I was moving my arm, don't do that. Okay? Just keep your arms like still to your side, shoulder length across, or you can be a little bit back, 1 foot back. Sometimes that helps in terms of balance, or this way, like that. And straight to the camera, and then forget the camera and just play it to me. Okay? The next time you play both monologues, but just choose one of them to slate. Do not describe anything else, just do the monologue. Okay, so, also too, remember what your audience is. You're in a room, and there happens to be a camera that's catching your focus. And there's a person you're speaking to. You'll be speaking specifically to me, but I will be that character that you're speaking to, the young lady that you're totally in love with, right? Or that young man, Nicky, that, you know, you better watch or I'm going to kill him if he steps out of line. But I don't like it that he's with my main girl, although I let it happen, you know. But you are talking intimately with them, both of them. So speak intimately with me, just like I'm speaking intimately with you. Now, it's echoing in this room, that's valid, but I'm not yelling to you, I'm not raising my voice. If there needs to be yelling, then talk a little louder, but don't yell. But make an emphasis. I don't appreciate that. You get it? Get it straight to that person. Okay? Watch out, kind of thing. And the same thing with you, Nick. You have two different lines of focus. You have your men that are all right here. And as we discussed before, there's some sitting, there's some standing, there's some over there, there's some just over here. And not all of their attitudes are, hey, I'm listening to this guy. Absolutely. These are the misfits of misfits of misfits of misfits. Like David's mighty men. They were all broken guys off the street. And, no name, no country, no affiliation. That's why they were called David's mighty men. This is your men, too. This is Aldo Rain's men. They're the outcasts, they're the troublemakers, they're the guys who just have problems with everyone and anything. Get it? And so, again, you're being intimate with these guys. So if you want to drill something in, then focus on one of them and talk to them. Because you're talking to your men. Get it? Now, as the dictator, you are talking intimately with your people. Your people is not there. You have to imagine yourself where you are. Are you on a stage? Are you on the side of a mountain? Are you on a second floor looking out the balcony in the Casa Rosada in Argentina, like Juan Perón and Eva Perón, not the girl, but Juan Perón, and just speaking to your people, telling them what you are expecting from them and what they can expect from you. And they could be in their little casitas up there. They could be in their casitas down there. They could be all the way at the end of the square. They could be there. Focus on these people and just reach out to them. It's okay to move a little bit. Just don't put your hands in front of your face and don't over-animate. But this is an intimate thing. When you're talking to your people, you want to make sure they are listening to you. And you. And you. Okay? So, try again. Have a seat, please. Yes, come on. Select your name and do slate, and then whenever you're ready, and speak directly to me.
Nathaniel Levine as Bill the Butcher.
Okay, did you lifted your hand? Did he?
That wasn't running.
It wasn't running.
Yeah.
So as the cameraman, you need to go ahead and say, okay,
Yeah.
always as an actor, relax a little bit. You look a little tense. Yeah, and you're kind of staring a little bit. Everything's very relaxed when you're communicating to the camera. You want to step in for a moment, please? Yeah, when you're communicating to the camera, you don't have to focus to do anything. Okay. Yeah, you're communicating, and it's all just very casual. It's very friendly. You want to be inviting. They have to be able to network. The directors, the producers, the people that are paying millions and millions and millions of dollars to say, hey, can I work with this person? Is he a likable guy? Isn't he? Because I know you are. We know each other for a bit here, and I know you are, but you have to convey that. And so just very relaxed, just, hi, your name. But if the cameraman is not ready for you to do your slate and be the wonderful, miraculous you, then you're not following directions. And that's a red flag to any casting director, any director that's sitting there watching you or watching the tape after if you didn't listen to the instructions. The instructions are so important to listen to and get it right the first time. Just like the little kid, right, obey the first time. Well, even more so in this case. So, how are you going to present yourself to the actor? James, what are you going to say?
What do you mean? Which way to say?
Well, I mean, how are you going to cue him to let him know to start the scene? Or
Right,
to
I'm
do
just,
the play?
like, I'm gonna hit the button, give you a second, then forward, that's your cue to start speaking.
Okay, so you're going to hit the record button and then
button,
point.
like, it's gonna be button, like, finger up, and then.
Okay, just so it's not confusing, because once you lift that finger up and you haven't hit the button, it miscues them. So
Right,
just- okay,
that's why I'm gonna be pressing.
Yeah.
Press up.
No, just do, okay, well, let's, on your part too, it's a whole relaxed situation, because you're doing it one after another, one after another, one after, it gets very tedious. So just to make it easy for yourself, okay, make sure they're on the mark. Are you on your mark? Okay, cool. Ready? Okay, I'm going to point at you when to start and communicate that to the actor or actress. And you say, okay, so that they understand what the directions are. And you hit the record button and you keep your hand down and just, okay, when you're ready, just between 3 and 5 seconds, just relax it, so they don't just jump into it, just at all relax. Hit the record button, just like that, and they begin. And of course, you do it to the individual you're speaking to, which is the casting director, which is me.
Even for the slate?
No,
So
that's
it's straight away
let's be doing the scene. I'm sorry, I didn't communicate that clearly. When you do a slate, it's always to the camera. When you're doing a presentation for, like you're the announcer, always to the camera. Editorial, like you're giving the news, into the camera. When you do a slate, it's directly into the camera. When they do the pan down and up, it's to the camera. And it's very intimate to the camera. You don't have to lean to it. You don't have to speak any louder. Just allow yourself to be you. Communicate to the camera. Okay? Once you're finished, you don't say thank you. You just look at the person you'll be doing the lines with. It's usually the casting director. It's almost always the casting director that you read with, or the assistant casting director. And you do the lines with that person. It could be a woman, a man, they could be tall, short, whatever. And they could do the lines exactly the way you haven't rehearsed them. They could do it as plain, as monotone as possible. You, as a creative artist, has to create that milieu, even over there. And if you need to love that person, you need to make believe that the camera is catching you, that they're responding, I'll go ahead and put that down, that's right. That you're responding, that they're responding to your delivery, to your to whatever you're doing, okay? And in that case, it's this casting director, okay? All right, get your mark, please. You're not on your mark. Okay, great. Whenever you're ready.
Hello, I'm Nathaniel Levine. I'm 6 foot and 165 pounds, and I currently do not have an agency at this time. I killed the last honorable man 16 years ago. Since then, you've seen his portrait downstairs? Is your mouth all tied up with honey juice? I asked you a question. Oh, you got a murderous rage in you. oiling up its lining. That's good. The priest and me, we live by the same principles. It was only faith that binds us. He gave me this, you know. That was the finest beating I ever took. My guts was pierced, my ribs was all mashed up. When he came to finish me, I couldn't look him in the eye. He spared me because he wanted me to live in shame. This was a great man. So I cut out the eye and looked away. Sent him home, wrapped the blue paper. And then I rose back up again with a full heart and buried him in his own blood. Thank you.
You have a second monologue? Whenever you're ready.
Mary? I desperately want to make love to a schoolboy. No! No, that's not it. Not what I meant. What I meant was... I like you, Mary.
I like you a lot.
I'm going to ask you a question. Straight out, flat out, and I want you to give me an honest answer. What do you think the chances are of a guy like you and a girl like me ending up together? Come on, hit me with it. Just give it to me straight. Came a long way to see you, Mary. The least you can do is love with me. What are my chances? Not good, like 1 out of 100. One out of a million. So you're telling me there's a chance? Yeah!
Thank you. Have a seat. Mr. Nick Monatettos. Oh, sorry. Oh, so. You on your mark? Whenever you're ready for the slate.
Hello, my name is Nicholas Benetatos as Lieutenant Aldo Ray. I'm 6'2" and 220 pounds. I don't know about y'all. I sure as hell didn't come down from the goddamn Smoky Mountains, cross 5,000 miles of water, fight my way through half of Sicily, and jump out of a fucking aeroplane and teach Nazis lessons in humanity. Nazi ain't got no humanity. They're the foot soldiers of a Jew-hating mass murderer maniac, and they need to be destroyed. That's why any and every son bitch we find wearing a Nazi uniform, they're gonna die. Now I'm the direct descendant of the mountain man Jim Bridger. Means I got a little engine in me. And our battle plan will be that of an Apache resistance. We will be cruel to the Germans. And through our cruelty, they will know who we are. And they will find the evidence of our cruelty in the disemboweled, dismembered, and disfigured bodies of their brothers we leave behind us. The German won't be able to help himself, but to imagine cruelty their brothers endured at our hands, and our boot heels, and the edge of our knives, and the German will be sickened by us, and the German will talk about us, and the German will fear us. And when the German closes their eyes at night, they're tortured by their subconscious for the evils they have done, it will be with thoughts of us they're tortured with. Sound good? That's what I like to hear. Got a word of warning for all you would-be warriors. You join my command, you take on Debbie. Debbie, you owe me, personally. Each and every man under my command owes me 100 Nazi scalps. And I want my scalps. And all y'all will give me 100 Nazi scalps taken from the hairs of 100 dead Nazis. But you will die trying. To those who can hear me, I say, do not despair. The misery that is now upon us is but the passing of greed, the bitterness of men who fear the way of human progress. The hate of men will pass, and dictators die, and the power they took from the people will return to the people. And so long as men die, liberty will never perish. Soldiers, don't give yourselves to brutes, men who despise you, enslave you, who regiment your lives, who tell you what to do or what to think or what to feel, who drill you, die to you, treat you like cattle, use you as cannon fodder. Don't give yourselves to these unnatural men. Machine men with machine minds and machine hearts. You are not machines. You are not cattle. You are men. You have the love of humanity in your hearts. You don't hate. Only the unloved hate. The unloved and the unnatural. In the name of democracy, let us use that power. Let us all unite. Let us fight for a new world. A decent world that will give men a chance to work. That will give youth a future and old age a security. By the promise of these things, brutes have risen to power, but they lie. They do not fulfill that promise. They never will. Dictators free themselves, but they enslave the people. Now let us fight to fulfill that promise. Let us fight to free the world, to do away with national barriers, to do away with greed, with hate and intolerance. Let us fight for a world of reason, a world where science and progress will lead to all men's happiness. Soldiers, in the name of democracy, let us all unite. Thank you.
Please have a seat. Okay, some great stuff. Great job, guys. Excellent. We're going to give you a copy of the before and the after this discussion. I want to thank you for being willing to be live on Facebook, and I want to thank the people in the audience who was watching one of my workshops. It's called A Brilliant Actor. My name is David Joseph Martinez, and my IMDb page you're welcome to look at. I also have a Vimeo page that has several selections of the work that I've done in the past. Most of it before 2012. The last 3 years, my parents both got sick and passed away, and then I got seriously ill. I'm back now, working the last 3 months, and I have a movie coming out called Created Equal with Lou Diamond Phillips and Gregory Allen Williams. My daughter is Eddie Ganim, who is in Devious Maids, and also my wife, her name is Cynthia Huerta. She is from Friday Night Lights. She plays my wife, and I play the Mexican father, Mario Batista. And our director is such a delight and such a privilege to work with Billy Duke, and also a great privilege of working with Aaron Tveit. And also, I hope one day him and I can sing together and do some of the jazz that I love doing, or some of the Broadway work that he is amazing in doing. There's 2 more workshops, one that starts here at Music Lessons Express at sharply at 10 o'clock in the morning to 1 o'clock, and it's for the ages 14 through 17. Boys and girls, whatever your talent, the point is trying to be brilliant. Actually not trying, being that brilliance that you were created to be. And there's a young adults workshop that's between 3 o'clock to 6 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, Saturday, which is November 3rd, 2016. And you're welcome to come. If you have any problems financially, come on down. It's okay. It's all proceeds, that money that I receive is going to my nonprofit organization that I started way back in high school called SOLVE. It's now SOLVE Worldwide, and the purpose for the monies currently is to start a youth chorus called Choral Connection. And it'll be individuals from the ages 14 to 25, and they'll be looking at the issues, sexual, moral, physical, and the issues ethnically, politically, and doing it through songs. And songs that have to do with where we were between 1968, the assassination of Martin Luther King and Robert F. Kennedy, to 1972, when we had Tricky Dicky, the Watergate, and the peace movement that brought us flower children and wanting us to really make a change and bring peace to the United States and actually to the world, and bring our GIs back from Vietnam. And of course, 1972, that started the Jesus movement with Ingram and Billy Graham in the huge stadium of 60,000 people, and started the Jesus movement. So making an effort to look at where we were then so we can look at what we did now, to find dialogue, resolution, and do it through song. And so it's Choral Connection, music for the soul, soul for the music. Take care. We'll see you tomorrow if you come. Bye now.